Hello, welcome to Webzy's channel. Glad you guys came by to check out the video. I'm going to do a simple energy reading for all the tarots, or all the signs, just basically one card. And then if I need to clarify on something, I'll clarify. So the first one I'm going to do is Aries. And eventually, sometime in the future, I don't know when, but I want to change up my cards and how I read the cards. Like use different random cards, like even regular cards, like poker cards and stuff, just to change it up a little bit. So hopefully I can make that a goal to have happen. I don't know when, but that's an idea of mine I've been roaming around in my head. So anyways, Aries, what's going on with Aries? What is ultimate energy of Aries? What's going on with Aries? I already kind of pre-shuffled the cards already. Just shuffle it a few more times to see what's going on with Aries. What's the energy of each of Aries? And do keep in mind this is a general reading, so it's not, it's not going to resonate with all of the Aries, but just a few of you that feel resonates with, so keep that in mind. What's going on with Aries? One more shuffle. Alright, you have the Three of Cups, Aries. So my feeling with this is, because threes are all about partnerships and getting in a partnership, maybe having your eye on someone in some way, or it possibly could be that you're manifesting a relationship or something within the relationship dynamic, and you're trying to work things out. But also too, the Three of Cups could indicate celebration. So maybe eventually soon you're going to have like a celebration. I know you guys are going to be having your birthday in a couple months, so maybe you're planning something, or planning a date or something, or just something. You're in creating mode in some sort. Kind of like the Magician card. You're trying to manifest something, trying to grow something, trying to plant something. That's what I'm feeling with that. Let me do one card to clarify what's going on with Aries with the Three of Cups. So you have the Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords. So it is very possible, Aries, that you are trying to cut something out. Not necessarily a relationship, but you're undecisive on something. It could be how you're coming across within a relationship dynamic, or how another person's coming across. Usually when the Queen of Earth is in reverse, it wasn't reversed, but I always think of it as no communication, or you could possibly be dealing with an air sign. But also too, being clear on your decision, because it looks like you have to make a decision on something. You have the Two of Swords. So maybe you don't have clear, or you're not very clear on your decision making on something concerning a partnership. So you're kind of like what's in, or you're kind of holding back a little bit in some way, like resistant mode. So anyways, that's what I'm feeling with you, Aries. Alright, now Taurus. What is the energy for Taurus? Taurus. It's the ultimate energies for Taurus. What is Taurus going through? I do feel like for Taurus, you guys are trying to make a decision on something, or you're trying to plan something in some way, trying to be clear on what it is you're trying to accomplish. What are the Taurians going through? What's their energy? You have the Knight of Swords, so recently you had, sword type energy. I'm feeling, Taurus, that you're trying to take can't even speak right, charge on a situation, or just what you're going through right at the moment. You want to take action on something, but maybe you're kind of undecisive on where you should go. Let's clarify what's going on with Taurus. So kind of what I'm saying, trying to take ground. There are a few of them that come with Six of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Tower card in reverse, and the Nine. So I feel like you're kind of at a stressing point or breaking point when it comes to, your finances, choices, trying to let go and release something. But also too, with the Nine of Wands, I feel like you're kind of like in resistance for this change that may have happened or that is about to happen. And I just feel like, with this choices coming up, maybe you don't have a choice on something, or choices, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to, abundance. But I just feel like, you just have to be patient, because whatever this Tower moment that happened, it maybe got you in resistance. Like maybe you're not fighting with it, or you're just trying to release it in some way. Like there's really unclear, this is sudden thing, so it could be just a lot of resistance you're going through, and you have a lot of choices to make. Maybe letting go of something that's not working for you. That's what I'm feeling for you, Taurus. All right, Gemini. Going on for Geminis. Also too, I always hear this every once in a while, is like a lot of readers will say it, but like for me, I don't think it's always necessary. But a lot of people say sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or whatever. So it's like if you have one of those type of placements of Gemini, this could affect you in some way, or any of the other signs. Just thought I would say that. Alright, what's going on with the Geminis? What's the energies for Geminis? Okay, energy for Gemini. Alright, you have the Lover card. That's funny. I do feel like a lot of you guys are trying to plan, trying to strategize when it comes to your love life, when it comes to romance. The Lover cards, you know, that has to do with partnerships. So maybe something, you know, that has to do with a union or coming together on something, or coming, you know, in union with a partnership, or just trying to balance your relationship out. Alright, what are the other clarification on what's going on with the Geminis? So the Five of Swords and the Ten. So I feel like it has to be with, you know, cutting things out. You know, the Ten of Cups has to do with marriage card or family or relationships too. I just feel like you're in order, maybe this is what's happening. Maybe in order, because 10 has to do with changes. So I feel like things are happening, changing in your love department, in your relationship. But I just feel like too, also too, you have the Five of Swords. So I feel like, you know, you have to decide on what works for the relationship and what doesn't. Because also too, you have the Five of Swords. You hold a lot of things in your hand. You hold a lot of, or you could be feeling like you're overburdened in some aspect of the relationship. But I just feel like it's time to examine what works and what doesn't work when it comes to relationships. It doesn't have to be a love relationship, but usually the lovers indicate, you know, it could be a twin flame situation, or something concerning relationships, that you want the utmost happiness in a relationship. But I just feel like there's something that you need to cut out. Not necessarily the relationship, just what works and what doesn't work. Like you know exactly what works and what doesn't work. It's like if you've been with someone for some time, you know, you see people for who they are, and you know, you see what's deceptive and what's not. That's what I think with the Five of Swords. So it's like you know when someone's being honest, and you know when someone's kind of being, you know, to their own, or in some way narcissist, or, you know, things that don't work. So I just feel like there's a lot of inventory on your relationships, and, you know, being shot on a light, or not shot on a light, your relationships being, the light is being spotted on that in some aspect, I'm feeling. But I just feel like in the relationship dynamic, there's something that you need to try to evaluate what you can improve on this certain situation or the relationship, and you know what works, doesn't work, and you know what's willing to work is willing to work. So I think a lot of evaluation, that's what I'm feeling. Alright, Cancers. Alright, what is the situation, challenge, energy of Cancers? Okay, Cancers. Energies for Cancers. What is going on with the Cancers? Like, one thing I know, Cancers, a lot of things are changing when it comes to the love dynamic. Because it's like, I recently watched a video where the person was talking about how the changes in this year, you know, like you're on the spotlight when it comes to your love and relationship. I don't think it's a bad thing, you know. There are always chances of improvements and, you know, new beginnings. Alright, what is the energy coming on Cancers? What's going on with Cancers? Two cards came out. So you have the Eight of Cups, and you have the the Knight of Cups. So I'm feeling like a lot of emotions are possibly high for a lot of you. There's a lot of starts of new beginnings. There's a lot of offers coming to you concerning love, offers, and, you know, just opportunities. So that's what I feel like with the Knight of Cups. That's a reminder, you know, like offers, love offers, opportunities. But I just feel like for a lot of you Cancers, you know, you're at an emotional state right now. But I feel like some of you, this is not for all of you, some of you are having to look at things that could be brought up in some way that were emotional, and it could be about this Knight of Cups. It could have been someone or something that an offer was being given, and, you know, you have a lot of options. That's what I think too. I don't always look at this, but like sometimes with the Eight of Cups, you know, all these could be, you know, kind of like that one card, I forgot the card, you know, all these cups could be filled with, you know, offers and opportunities and, you know, things you have to choose from. And I think a lot of you are going through this process of, you know, where you want to go. And it could be, you know, where you want to take your relationships, where you want to take, you know, your job situation. You know, you have a lot of things coming for you. So I don't think necessarily this is like, you know, you're looking at things for what they are. I just feel like, you know, with the Eight of Cups, you know, changes are coming for you, and I don't think it's a bad one. You know, these offers could be, you know, work related, relationship offer. I just feel like there's a lot of emotions are high. So let's clarify that. Because, I mean, we just had a full moon in a super moon in Virgo, so a lot of changes are happening for you Cancers. So the Queen of Wands in reverse. So maybe it feels like you don't have the courage to move forward on something, or you're at this, you know, kind of like a stalemate situation where it's like you have a lot of courage behind what you do, but in some way you're lacking it, like ground on something. So maybe you need to ground yourself on something in order to make the right choice, to make the right decision that when it comes to, you know, your finances, when it comes to, you know, love and relationships. So I just feel like, you know, there's a lot of opportunities, there's a lot of decisions that are coming for you, and I feel like, you know, you need to ground yourself. You know, it's easy us Cancers to get in the emotional part, but I just feel like, you know, also too with the Knight of Cups, you know, we can't always be in our head too. We can't always be in our emotions. So, you know, go on your intuition, but don't let your emotions ride you. And that could be it too. You know, with the Eight of Cups, showing that some of you are riding your emotions. Don't let your emotions ride you, but have the courage to make the right decision. You know, the Page of Cups and the Knight. So it's about taking action on something. It doesn't have to be relationship, but like making decisions in some aspect to better yourself. And, you know, you've been dealing with a lot of choices, a lot of opportunities have showed its face, but I just feel like before you make any hesitant move on something, whatever it is, if it has to do with your love life or relationships or just work in general, you know, you have to ground yourself. You can't always be emotional about it, or, you know, always in your head about it. You have to stand firm on what you believe in, where you want. And it could be also too, you know, these two signs. You could be dealing with an air sign possibly, or a water sign. But I just feel like you need to be clear on where it is you want things to move, whatever that is to you, a relationship or a decision you have to make. Anyways, that's what I'm feeling for you Cancers. I'll do one more and then record the other ones afterwards. Alright, who's next? Leo. What is energy for Leo? What is Leo going through? What's that energy for Leo? Going on with Leo. Alright, you have the Full card. So new beginnings are coming for you, and you feel like, you know, you want to start something new possibly. Could be with a relationship, it could be finances. So let's see, clarification on what's going on with Leos. So you have the Moon cards. So I feel like in some way things have been